Hello, folks. Welcome to Game Theory. No, I'm not going to do that. Anyways, so, Timber. I love this short. It's amazing. That was really awkward. But anyways, but as soon as you start to watch something and you know you like something, you begin to analyze it. You begin to notice things you didn't notice before. You begin to realize something that you probably wouldn't realize unless if you were just listening to me talking right here, which is why I recommend, before you continue watching this, I recommend you go actually watch the short film. I'm going to put a link in the description for it, so you can pause right now and go in the description and open the link. Okay, there you go. I gave you like a minute or two to, click it. If you didn't click it, then why are you still watching? Just go watch it. Okay, fine. I can't force you. You don't have to. It's a free country. But either way, I have a couple theories about this short film right now, and no, none of these have been confirmed by Vivziepop herself, and I don't expect her to confirm any of these. I don't expect her to notice this. And if she does notice, that would be cool. Well, but, yeah, don't... So... This first one, when I first started thinking of it, I thought it sounded really good, but now that I've actually had time to look back at it, it sounds kind of garbage. Doesn't sound like this theory is that plausible. I don't know, I've been watching too much Adventure Time. But anyways, here it is. Now, when I first thought of this theory, I thought this sounded really good, as I mentioned, but, no, it doesn't sound that good in my opinion. Now, either way, So, the, main reason I thought of this theory was, well, us as people, we love a good apocalypse, even if it doesn't sound good on closer inspection. But, either way, I thought this was a good idea, and the main piece of evidence I have for this, aside from, the whole Cyclops thing happening, was this one particular scene. You see this... Okay, here, let me just show it to you. Did you catch that? Well, you probably did, but if you didn't, I'm gonna slow it down because, I want my video to look like an actual theory video. Yeah, you saw that there. She pulled out a rat. And another thing I noticed was there are pieces of modern technology just randomly scattered around. We got a cell phone in one scene. Timber's got her headphones, obviously. But then but then there's also just all this old, less, I guess more steampunk-esque stuff, which just, I don't know, it weirded me out. Honestly, though, upon closer inspection, I don't really like this theory that much. Maybe it could have some sort of basis, but the one thing I based it on is one scene and some tiny things that could just be explained away by, oh, this is a fantasy world, and that sort of thing. But this leads me to another theory that I think is better, which is this one. Now, for anyone who's read Zootopia, or at the very least watched the comic dub, if you haven't done either of those, I'll leave a link to the website in the description, so you can go read it once, hopefully now, but, you don't have to. You can wait until the video is over. You'll know that Zootopia takes place in an alternate dimension, maybe? Called Safe Haven, and, something I noticed about Safe Haven itself is that we only ever see the big city parts of it, for the most part, because that's where the story takes place, but there are other parts of Safe Haven. There's a more natural zone, apparently, that Jack was raised in, which we, don't get to see that much, but it's possible that perhaps these two universes are, in fact, one and the same. Maybe Timber takes place in, I guess, the more urban, or, rural, area of Safe Haven, whereas Zootopia takes place in, the cities. I'd also like to point out that this could just be Vivziepop's character designs looking just too similar, which isn't a bad thing by any means. Some of the characters just look too similar for me to be comfortable. We have this image from Zivzy Pop's Facebook that shows this wolf here, which I can be the only one who thinks that looks like the wolves. And also, we also have, in this image, we have this deer, which just, I don't know what it is, but it looks sort of like this bird, which we see in the opening chapter of Zoophobia. If this theory is true, this also technically confirms my final theory, which I'm going to share with you right now. Again, anyone who's read Zoophobia will know that there are these characters which are shapeshifters in the comic. Now, although the shapeshifters can take human form, usually there's something that can tell you that they're not technically human, and for some reason Cameron can't notice. And yet so there's something that you can tell them apart, and in this case, the deer shapeshifter usually have their ears sticking up, which results in their hair looking like that. And I didn't notice this because I hadn't read Zoophobia when I first watched Timber, but I did notice now. Timber has the exact same thing, but this one is just based on that theory, and plus I've never seen a pink deer before, plus this could end up just being like a fashion statement in this world, because you'll notice a lot of characters seem to have this. There are only a few exceptions, but in the end, if this is true, it could end up, again, connecting the two worlds. Another piece of evidence that could explain away this theory is that Timber doesn't appear to have a tail, which the other deer shapeshifters do appear to have. But who knows? Maybe she could just be hiding it, or it could have gotten lobbed off in some sort of horrible accident. I just made this theory way darker than it needed to be. But anyways, yeah, that's all I really had to share there. So I guess I'll see you guys if I make another theory video.